everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So as you all know that we were going on with a series where we were solving a lot of lead code questions, right? I was helping you out with a lead code, like what kind of the questions are there, right? And exactly how you can solve out those questions. Everything we were dealing in detail, right? So in this particular video of today itself, I'll be taking you towards the same. I'll be helping you out that how you can solve all the lead code questions with the best manner, and even with the help of like passing out all the use cases for the same. With all of these things, how you can solve in the questions, right? So let's get started with the today's video. So guys, I request everyone that guys please be ready with your Google Colab notebooks onto the same, so that you can practice out all the questions with me. That will even help you to get in the idea more clearer that how these things have been working and how these things have actually been like applied and all the things, right? Let's get started. So I'll be having the matrix questions today. Okay, I hope matrix you remember. You have that in the numpys also. You can just work with the data structures also in that particular case, right? So starting with like you are given a m cross n matrix and you have to written all the elements of the matrix in the spiral order. So spiral order is just, it just means out that let's say I have my this matrix as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. You know how it is lined, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? Rows and columns are over there, 3 rows 3 columns. Now how a spiral will work for the same, it's just that simply you know how a spiral actually is made out, right? It will go for 1 2 3, then 6 9 8 7 4 5, and that is just kind of a spiral thing which we have to make with the help of this program of the matrix. Okay, let's get started up and let's start writing up the program. So first of all, I'll be making up the class over here. So let's say the name for my class. If you're gonna implement this particular program onto your leak codes, so there you will just have this class and the functions already made. What do you have to do? You just have to write down the main logic of your complete question. That is it. What you have to do at this particular place, right? As I am using a Google Colab notebook to write the programs, I'll be making the class on my own, I'll be making the functions on my own, and I'll be proceeding with the same. Okay, so I just made out my solution class. I'll be making a function that is diff and that function is spiral order. Okay, that's my function name which I would just make up over here. Inside that, I'm going to pass up the self. Now if you're not using the Google Colab except this, if you're using any other IDE in terms of maybe PyCharm or something, so you will see that the self is automatically passed inside your spiral order function. Okay, it will get automatically passed over there. So right, that is how you just simply get the idea. So spiral order, in the bracket you are having self comma, I found out this matrix, okay, as a variable, and further I'm going to assign the list to this matrix, because you know how like matrix is being defined. I'm going to put up the integers into that, and moving further I am going to point that to the list data type, and the bracket will be having the integers, and that is it what I had it to do over here. So I just made this spiral order function, and inside that I simply defined up that what things we will be having inside this function, and in terms of the results also what we will be getting over there. Okay, yeah, so that is a respective thing. Further moving ahead, what do I have? I have a variable that is ans, let's say, okay, and I'm going to put the large brackets just into that. Fine. So what I'm going to do, I would just simply use up over here the while condition, okay, and the matrix for that, while matrix, right? So what I'm going to do, like what this while function will help me to do, it will just simply help me to traverse till the matrix is not empty, right? So till the time the matrix is not empty, it will help me to traverse that particular thing, right? So yeah, that's the respective thing. Now next I have this ans, again that same variable is equal to, and I would just put up over here as a matrix, and in the bracket I'll be putting as 0. Fine. So what it is going to do, it will simply help me to push the first row as it is. As ever, however I'll be getting up the first row, it will just help me to push up that particular first row only. Okay. Next I'll be just using matrix dot pop. Okay, in the bracket I'll be putting up over here as 0. So what it will help me to exactly do, it will help me to pop it from the main matrix. Okay, so what is the main matrix I have for my complete program? It will just very simply help me to pop it from that particular place, right? Now moving ahead, I'll be starting with my condition that if matrix. Okay, so if my matrix, my condition will go, then case will be having the matrix. So I'll be starting the loop. So I'll write that for I in matrix. Okay, I would again put a condition that if I. So in that case, what I'll do, I'll just append double P E N D. I would just append the I and I would just remove up the last value from that. Pop while pushing. So see, the line which I used over ANS dot append in the bracket I dot pop. In this particular line, what I am exactly doing, I am using the pop function while pushing the value. So in case I am putting the value also and I am removing the value also. Both the cases, both the scenarios, I am following into this respective particular condition. So right, that is it what we have up over here. Further moving ahead, I'll be going on with my if condition. So if matrix and matrix in the bracket kind of, I was just gonna put -1 over here. Okay, and my conditions will go into the format that I'll apply my loop, right? And my loop will go in the manner that for I in the matrix, okay, for I in the matrix, I am going to put up the condition that will help me to push up over here the different values, right? Now here just goes one thing for if the matrix of -1 we are putting up over here, I am just going to do that ANS variable which we had already done. I'm just going to add that to my matrix, okay, in the bracket kind of like I'm going to do -1 like this, okay, and I am going to kind of like reverse up my whole that respective string. I'm just simply going to reverse that completely, right? And next I'm just going to do matrix dot pop. It will help me to just simply remove up the pop the values from the scene. My next condition will again go that if matrix. And next condition will go that if we like again we are having a matrix. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to reverse it and I'm going to add it, because in the case when we are going to traverse it to up and down, we need the condition which is down to up also. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I am just simply going to first of all reverse it, right? And then we will be traversing about the same. So I'm going to do the same thing. I will just start for I in matrix, and here will go in my condition for reversing colon -1. Hope you all know that colon -1 we use for reversing, right? And I am going to apply my condition in that case that if I, so I will just do ANS dot append. Now I am going to pop up my 0th value. So I dot pop 0. Previously we did the first value. This time I'm going to pop up the 0th index value. And that is it. I'll just come out of my while function and there I am just going to return in my final answer, that is A and S. And that is it about this complete program. Fine. So see, try to listen me out. We had this particular class with solution class, right? I just made this parallel order function for the same, right? Inside that we pass out the cell, the matrix, the different values, that how my final output will look like. It's necessarily for us always to make sure that how our output will look like, to pass that inside my solutions or maybe inside my functions. Okay, so I just did that. I just simply used ANS as my respective variable and started with my condition for the while matrix condition. Fine. So this is matrix of 0 and then I just popped in the values for I matrix, we appended, we reversed up the value, and this is how my complete program will look like. Now, once you're going to use the complete program over your Leetcode IDEs, the place where you just get onto the Leetcode to write the program, it will surely be run. Right, so you won't face any problem while running of the program onto this Leetcode IDE. So guys, make sure that you're writing this program onto Leetcode IDE and just try running this once. I'm pretty sure it won't create any issues or any errors for you. Okay, moving ahead with the second question. My second question says that we are having up an integer array nums. Okay, so what we have, you are initially positioned at the first index of the array, and every element in the array represents out your maximum jump length at a position. Okay, so we have to return true in case we reach up the last index, and we have to return false otherwise. Okay, so my example goes in, I have the nums 2, 3, 1, 1, 4. Output is explanation is jump 1 step from index 0 to 1, then 3 step from last index, example to clear. So see guys, my question says ki I am given up this integer array nums. I have this, right? So you are initially positioned at the array's first index. We are positioned at the first index of the array. And every element in the array represents of the maximum jump length at that position. So we just have to return true in case I reach up the last index, and otherwise we will be returning false as the final result. This is what I have to do into this particular program. So I am just going to start with my class solution. Okay, putting the colons over here. I'll be making a function inside my class def, and let's say my function name is can jump. And see, these again I would say you will be getting this class and you'll be getting this function already made onto your Leetcode IDE, where you have to write the complete program. Okay, so don't worry for the same, you will be getting all these things there. Okay, yeah, so we have the solution class ref can jump. Okay, I am going to pass in the self inside this. I'll be writing the nums as well, colon. I'll be making up a list. Inside that, I'm going to put up the integer, and I am going to assign that to the bool. Bool is my boolean values, right? Further proceeding, now I would just try to set the original destination as my last index. Original destination is last index, right? So I am going to use this goal as a variable, and I am just going to set that particular in terms of, I will just write length of nums. This will go as -1. Fine. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to check this backwards into the backwards position. Like how does this completely looks like? So for that, I'm going to just use up that for I in the range. Okay, for I in the range, I just have this length and I have this nums. Okay. I'm just going to do 2 positions back to my nums. Okay. Comma, -1. Comma, -1. That is the like positions which I have set down for this whole program for me to run, right? So now if we can jump, in that particular case, I am going to update that value. So my condition will go for that, ki if I plus nums of I, if I plus nums of I is greater than equal to my, is greater than equal to my goal value. If this is a condition, it means that if I'm going to add I and nums of I, and the addition of the complete, it turns out to be greater than or equal to my goal value. So I am going to set the value for the goal as I only, right? And now I will just come out this, and now I will just try to check in that if we can reach from the first index. I will just try to check that if we can reach to the last position from the first index. So I am just going to write up over here return true. Okay, and I'm just going to use shorthand if else. So if goal is equal to 0, else false, right? So this is what a shorthand if else look like. So this will run in such a manner that if goal is equal to 0, then in that case you'll be getting true as an answer. Otherwise false will be my final output for the complete program. Right? So guys, this is how you just write a program for the question where you just have to check out and get in the maximum jump length at a particular position. Right? The program was very simple.